Trump threatens to sue BBC for $5 billion. Why? Because he claimed the BBC had taken his January 6, 2021 speech, chopped it up, and reassembled it in a way that made him sound much more dangerous than he said he was. According to Trump, they changed the words coming out of my mouth. Trump said his lawyers had already sent the BBC a stern letter. In that letter, they demanded a full apology, a retraction, and a serious compensation. The BBC did respond. They admitted their editing was a mistake, calling it an error of judgment. Their chairman, Samir Shah, even sent a personal apology to Trump. But when it came to paying him money, they drew a line. They said they did not believe they had defamed him. Trump didn't accept that. On Air Force One, he made it clear that he felt he had no other choice rather than suing them. He said he had to stand up for not just himself, but for the idea of truth. He even called what the BBC had beyond fake, this is corrupt. To Trump, this wasn't just about money. He argued that the BBC's edited version of his speech misled millions. In his view, they had cheated. He said 2 parts of his speech, recorded nearly an hour apart, were stitched together to create a different meaning, one that made him look like he was calling for violence. Trump contrasted that with what he claimed he actually said, a more measured tone calling for protest peacefully and patriotically. The BBC, meanwhile, said it won't show that full documentary again. They've also opened an internal investigation into how the editing happened. The controversy had already shaken things up. 2 top BBC leaders, the Director General Tim Davie and Head of News Deborah Turness, resigned as the scandal grew. Trump also said he planned to call the British Prime Minister about the case. He claimed Starmer had tried to reach him and was now very embarrassed by the BBC's action. In a media interview, Trump didn't hold back. He compared the misleading edit to election interference. To him, this was not a small journalistic slip. It was something bigger, something deeply unfair. On the other side, some legal experts are already raising doubts. A defamation case of this scale would be difficult to win, especially when crossing borders between the US and the UK. But Trump seems undeterred. He insists he has an obligation, not just for himself, but for the public, to challenge the BBC and demand accountability. So now the world waits. Will Trump take the BBC to court? Will he really press for $5 billion in damages? And will this dramatic slowdown force broadcasters to be more careful when they handle powerful voices, or make them even more cautious? Only time will tell.